Check, check, check. Okay, that should be better. You should be able to hear me now. Okay, cool. Yeah, what's up, Brent? Today, I'm glad you're here because I need something to, someone to make a decision on what I'm doing today. I think I'm going to start playing with some OpenAI APIs to start getting some data back. I'm wondering if I want to be doing this in Remix or Nuxt, because I think what I'm going to do, it has to have some server side. You're probably the worst person. AIs hate you. No, that's great. We're going to teach AIs to like you. So yeah, I think what I want to get into is like the API thing. I think is going to actually be a lot easier than expected because it's just making an API call. I hear you saying SvelteKit. I am not going to learn SvelteKit on stream today. Although it is kind of tempting. You know what? We are going to learn something. We're going to do it in Quick. So let's do Quick City. KWIK City. It's stupid easy if you know Vue. Yeah, I believe you. So why not Svelte? Well, I kind of want to try Quick City to see how much different it actually is. Next is to React. Okay. Project started. Cool. Can you show me how to get started? Getting started. Cool. npm create quick latest. Sounds good. I think I want to throw it in this directory. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Node 1811 is required. Okay, what version of Node do I have? I have. Oh no, I don't have 11. Okay, interesting. NVM list. NVM install 18. Oh, this is always the most exciting part of a stream. Dependency management. From what you've seen, Quick looks interesting. You're turned off by JSX. Yes, I am with you on that. I don't love JSX. Well, you know, to be honest, I don't even mind JSX if it would support native HTML attributes like for or class or all the ones that it doesn't, or value, which is weird. And that really kills me, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of reaching a point where template syntax is not a big enough difference in value proposition for me to choose one framework over another. I've done enough JSX at this point that it's like, okay, I can live with it. I prefer Vue, I prefer Svelte, but at the end of the day, that's not going to be the thing that makes me choose a project or not. But if something like Quick's resumability model has a big enough differentiator, then okay, let's check it out. Where would I like to create my project? I want it in this folder, please. Please don't use .r/. Fuck you. All right, fine. RM, RF, Open API. Sorry for the foul language. All right, so let's do OPAPI. I want Quick City, yes. I want Quick City. Would I like to install npm dependencies? Sure. It's cute that they use a little bunny. I wonder if they do, I have no idea why they do a bunny. I was gonna say, I wonder if they do that based on like the speed of the thing, but then they put a bunny here and I'm like, all right. cd opappy, npm start. Cool. I'm glad where this is going already. We're doing some quick city stuff. Okay, let's look at the OpenAPI spec as well. OpenAPI not OpenAPI, OpenAI docs. Cool. So what I want to do is, I think I want to do, I probably like text completion. So yeah, Brent, if you wanna chime in on this too, open for this to go wherever we want to go. But we've got chat, which I probably don't want to do. I think I'm gonna do a text completion. We could do. I want to do code completion, I think, is what I want to do. So I think it'd be cool. Well, no, I think I want to do ultimately. Yeah, code. Okay, we'll start with code completion. What I want to do actually was I saw someone make a product that clearly uses OpenAI, and it does YouTube videos converting to blog posts, which was brilliant and something that I could actually use. And they'd have it like really affordable. I don't mind paying them to do it. But since we're doing a live stream anyway, and I was like taking a break from the image upload stuff, I figured having some fun with this would be cool. So yeah, text completion. So learn how to search, classify, and compare text. Learn how to turn audio into text. That'd be cool. That you could do some captioning, on-demand captioning. But yeah, we'll start with code completion. Cool. Great. We have GPT-3s that's trained on both natural language and billions of lines of code. It's most capable in Python and proficient in over a dozen other languages, including JavaScript. That's what I'm going to be doing. During this initial limited beta period, codex usage is free. Cool. You can use codex on. Okay. C codex JavaScript sample. Awesome. Very easy. I'm gonna have to do this. Well, I guess I'm going to want to log in. No. I'm gonna log in a different window because then I end up generating API keys. Then I end up leaking my API keys, and then it's not fun. It's fun for everyone else except me. Let's see. What's embeddings? Embeddings is when you go out on a date and things go really well. Just kidding. Okay, let me get into my OpenAPI thing. Let's see. Personal, view API keys. Great. Create new secret keys. I get to copy my keys. Okay. I'm going to keep on calling this thing OpenAPI as well, even though it's not. It's OpenAI, but that's all right. I have one. Let's see. Key one. Save that. Okay, so I have my key saved off screen. What I need to do in Quick City, first of all, is let me figure out how to do environment variables. Oh, that's annoying. env variables? No, environment variables. There you go. Netlify Edge overview, Netlify Edge, Node.js is probably where I'm gonna do things. NV. Okay, let's search for .env. All right. Blow my mind. Cloudflare pages, web apps. Back to Nux. That's it. The first blocker that we hit. We're jumping out of it. No, I've played with Quick City once before, and I didn't give it nearly enough actual time to get a feel for it. So I want to give it a good try. So we've got, it uses Vite. You know what? I'm gonna just try and kind of go for this. I'm gonna explore my own way. We've got some entry. We've got root. Okay, that's gonna be the root of the project, or the root of the page. Got the HTML head and the body in there. Good enough for me for now. I think what I'm gonna do is just explore with a .env file. Git ignore is not going to account for that. So most likely that's not built in. Okay, there's gotta be something in here. Environment variables. Can access Cloudflare, Azure static, environment variables. That's weird. That's pretty weird. Okay. I know that this is built with Vite, and I know Vite supports environment variables. vjs.dev. Yeah, you would like to watch me dig into too. You've only seen Mishko showing it off. Yeah, it's kind of hard because you follow the person that's is invested in it, and it's easy to see like that they only show the nice shiny parts. Okay, so let's see. Environment variables. Yes. So with Vite, it's kind of interesting because I want server-side environment variables and not. So Vite has this special syntax where to prevent accidentally leaking variables to the client, only variables prefixed with Vite underscore are exposed to your Vite process code. Okay, so let's try this. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna put that in there. I'm surprised that's not actually being, oh, there you go, interesting. Huh, yeah. That should have a regex or a syntax using that should have a syntax for hiding environment variables by default, but apparently it only works if it has those quotes. But that's fine. Okay, so we have a couple environment variables. Yeah, comment unhides it, which is fine if you know what's going on, because now I can open up the file. It's not going to be there. Like, I'm not going to accidentally unhide it. It's weird. I have mixed feelings about whatever tool I'm using that cloaks it. Mostly, I'm glad that it's here, because if I open this, then I'm screwed. You can also toggle it on and off, which something about my setup prevents it from actually working. Because I guess I have dueling cloakers. But anyway, let's see how this goes. I've got the server started. Okay, .env changed. Something about this project is tracking the .env file. It's not Quick City, I imagine. It's just Vite. So now with Vite, we can go. Let's go to that root page, and let's try and put something at the very top. Let's go hi B. And then we'll do, I'm going to try and do, let's see, this is JSX, so I should be able to do process.env, dot, oh, and look at that. I get autocomplete. That's pretty cool. And I get autocomplete that reveals my secrets. So not so cool. Gonna have to remember that one. I think autocomplete good. Showing what the value is, not so good. But let's see what we've got here. So we go back to Quick City and reload the page, and we've got high B. We don't have anything showing up there. I'm gonna try reloading this page. And unfortunately, we still don't have anything showing up as far as environment variables go. So, okay, no problem. Let's do this. Let's do perp. Copy that. No, wait. Copy that, delete those, and then we'll do something like const. No. Okay, what if we store it in a variable? Anything? Still nothing. Poop. Okay. So I'm not importing it correctly. Annoying. Okay. That's right. Forgot about that. That is another Vite thing. Okay, cool. We've got one. We don't have the other. That is as we would expect. Let's see if we just undo all of that and leave it in there as it was. And I wonder if this is going to do my autocomplete as well. It is kind of interesting. Yeah, not really. Only the things that are built in, I guess, by default. Cool. Okay, that's working. We've got environment variables that Vite is injecting in, not provided and not part of Quick City as the framework itself, but available in the build tooling. So, good to know. Environment variables are supported. Not a great story. Also not included in the git ignore, which probably should be, if you ask me. Ian. You know what? Yeah, it's not in the git ignore. So yeah, here, env. Okay, let's also go ahead and initialize repository. Please, or not. That's cool too. Okay, cool. It's in. Cool. The things that should be ignored are ignored. We don't need env files. Great. So now that I have that set up, and I feel I'll wait until the end I'll reduce my likelihood of leaking environment variables. So let's do something. Let's look at router head. That's interesting. Components, header, router head. Okay. That's weird. I feel like this is something that I would rather have in the root instead of having an abstraction around the router head. Because I kind of like seeing what this logic is in the root, but it's not like a big deal. Whatever. So this is using document head and use location. That's going to help with the path stuff. Yep, the href for the canonical URL. Okay, makes sense. All right, don't need to dig into that. Don't need to worry about that. Icons. Oh gosh, no, please don't put icons. Okay, one-off icons like this probably is fine. I don't like putting icons inside of my JSX because then that ends up in my JavaScript. And SVG inside of JS is not great. Okay, let's start building a form, right? What we want to do is get into Quix routing. So those are my general components. Then we have routes. We have the to-do list and the flower, which are their examples. I'm going to keep them actually for now as just examples. And just ignore them. But I'm going to create a new page. Man, this is also interesting. So this is something interesting. The reason why I'm calling this out is because they have a routes folder inside of which there is a layout, which triggers to me that that is not, like if I go to /layout, that's where I would expect that route to exist, which it's not. And I do like that they provide some sort of 404 experience for you. But yeah, it's weird that they have a layout route there. So let me dig into that really quick. Layout. Okay, so we're going straight into nested layouts. I don't know if that's what I'm looking for. Let's look at routing first. Let's assume in the routes folder, directories, describe the URL segment to match, index files, the page endpoint, layout files, nested layout, or middleware. Okay. This is slightly different than Remix. So I had brought into this my own assumptions. So you said, wait, how do you do inline SVGs? Yeah, inline SVGs. So I guess what I'm saying about the SVG thing is you should not do inline SVGs unless they're sort of like one-off things. If it's a one-off thing, you have to do an inline SVG because especially if you're doing server-side rendering, or I guess even client-side rendering. If you're doing it inside of a React project, you kind of have to do that. But if it's, you should only, in my opinion here, you should only do inline SVGs for one-off things. Otherwise, you should use a SVG sprite list, icon sprite set, where essentially you would do like open SVG bracket, the use tag, have a reference to a unique ID for the icon that you want to use or the SVG that you want to use, and then close it. And that way you only have like very small amount of HTML that ends up in the JavaScript, or I guess technically XML, that ends up in the JavaScript, so the bundle stays smaller. And then what you can do is have the actual definitions of that SVG sprites in the document somewhere, or even at a URL somewhere. This would be a good talk to have. Like, I really like this topic. I don't know how many people are interested in it, but yeah, it's a cool, like, SVG loading strategies is interesting. Yeah. I started with the weather thing with SVG sprites, and fuck it, let's do it, right? We're gonna need something. So let's go icons, I think. No, I'm gonna do icomoon, because this one actually gives me a little bit closer to what I want. Just, whoa, icomoon. .io, my bad. So let's do icomoon app. Let's see, what sort of icons do we want? What is this going to be? I'll have a search icon. I'll have something. Let's do search. Let's find one that I like. Icon. Okay. I'll just stick with the iCommon free one. Okay, let's do, I don't know, home icon. Sure, why not? That one. We'll do an edit icon. That one's fine. Maybe because we're doing a chat bot, we're gonna do some chatty stuff. And then a cancel icon and a search icon. How about that? Search, boop, and then cancel. Sure, why not? Okay, that built up my icons for me. I want, God, this part is always so confusing. SVG definitions. Oops. Okay, little trick that I like to do here is I'm gonna throw this into my root here, right before the end of the body, no, the router outlet, before the service worker, I think. Okay, we have, gosh, this is a lot. Burp, burp, burp. Okay, what I want here is actually to take this out, and I'm going to do some JavaScript-y stuff here and say const icons equals this, no, equals an object. Yep. And we're going to have icon home. So everything that has the ID, I'm gonna grab. Ooh, yep, good enough. Delete that. Get rid of this circle thing. Ah, shoot, I did it wrong. Let's copy that. Let's go to the beginning. Let's do, that's the name. Give it a property. Give it the value. And then at the end of each symbol, we'll close off that value and do comma. I think that should be right. Right? Something like that. But I think that looks right. The ID. I accidentally messed up the IDs. Great. Because I took them out. Let's copy that. Let's put them back in there. Let's get rid of this guy. Icon chat. We'll do that. So I feel like there's still a better way to do this. There is. Okay, we have this symbol thing, doesn't need to be here. The symbol here doesn't need to be there. Oops. Because these are all the same, so then all we have left is just the paths. Cool, so we have the IDs, and then we have the paths. I'm basically going to I need to loop over each one. React JSX. Boo. Okay. Is new map is an array. Okay. Each one of these colons should actually be the closing thing. Nope. Should actually be a comma. Yeah. And then icon dash should be the beginning of the nested array, and then closing paths should be the end of the nested array. Oops. End of the nested array. Cool. That's my map. And then what I'm going to do is, this is all going to make sense in a minute. I need to loop over each one. I wonder if I can do that like this. I don't think I can. No, I cannot. Not in JSX. But I can do icons dot for each. And then I can do, we've got the key and the path. I'm making this so much more complicated than I need to be. Let's just return the key for now. Let's see. Return key. Type void is not allowed. Children. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Can I not? Map. I cannot. God, I hate JSX. That's okay, Brent. I'm glad you're here anyway. Okay, fine. It's not gonna be a map. It's actually just gonna be a two-dimensional array. Because why not? For each, we'll map over each one. We'll have the key, we'll have the path, and then we'll return the string and the key. Okay, let's go back to my project. Where's my project? 404, not found. Cool. We should have something in here though. We do not. Hello. Okay, test is there. Where's my SVGs, please? Annoying. Okay, SVGs are in there, defs are in there, paths are in there. Cool. So that should be a nested array. We have it double nested, which it doesn't need to be. So then key is a string, path is a string, and what I want ultimately is this little guy return that symbol. Inside of this symbol, I would like the path. And as the ID, I would like the key. And I guess I could give it the ID. And I think because it's a looped thing, I also need to give it a key. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got something somewhere. Test, SVG, defs, got my symbol, icon, home, pencil, chat, view box. We've got some weird stuff that Quick is doing, but that's fine. And inside of these, we don't have our path because we're not rendering. Dangerously set inner HTML. That's what we need. Forgot about that. Dangerously set inner HTML equals something like that. I forget how to do that. Boop. Defs, symbols, path. Cool. We got the path. Great. So now that I have that, great attribute name. Yeah. So now that I have that, essentially what I would do is in my JSX somewhere else, I would do, let's see, let's do a component. I have an icon component, which is not, that's just fine for one-off icons. I'm going to do like a top level. Let's do copy paste. Let's move this into components. Move, I'm going to rename this SVG icon dot tsx is fine. I feel like I should be able to export default, no? Export default. Okay, so one other thing is, why did we pull the icons up here? And that is so that I can actually provide a type definition. Whoa, where's this guy coming from? Okay. I feel like I have a typo in here somewhere. My last symbol, yeah, it totally has like an extra thing. Okay, easy solution, I guess, is to just go to the cancel, get the code, grab the path ID and the symbol, and just replace it in here. Once again, only need the path. Ah, okay, because this one was made up of two paths. I see. I had not copied everything correctly. Okay, great. So what we want to do is essentially do a type of oh, we're using TSX, so I can do export type icon ID equals, and this is going to be type of icons at number is it a type of or an interface? Interface. Okay, there we go. Parsing, expected that. I don't know how to do JSX apparently, or TS TypeScript apparently. TS export type of. No, I'm doing that right? Export type. Okay, no, I got that right. Why is this not? Okay, this threw me off because the coloring's not right. That should have been green in my opinion. So yeah, basically I want this, it's an array of strings. I want that to be at another number. No, I want that to be at the position, any number, but the position 0. So then I get, not what I wanted, as const. There we go. So then I get a union of all of the IDs of each one. And I think that's fine. So then what I can do is actually go to the SVG icon thing. I'm going to delete all of this. I'm going to say that this has a props where the, I don't know, href equals something is a string. And I'm going to import something from from .. slash, hello, little help there, from the root, and I want the icon ID, which is the type definition. So now I have this union of options available, and one more thing I need is, let me copy this guy. This is what this icon should look like, very small. The class, whatever to use. So I want this href, don't need this xlink anymore. I want this href. And I want this icon ID to be, yeah, href, which is a type of icon ID. That's not how you do it. This is href as an icon ID. I hate TypeScript. That's okay. And this href needs to be the actual value, which is going to include the hash plus the href. And href, we know for sure, is one of these options available. We can also add the class here, which is icon dash, and then sure, we'll do the href there as well. Okay. Import type, oops. That's how I would do it. Such that when I want to use this thing, I can go onto my page. We'll come back to that. Let me build a route. That was a lot. So I'm in Quick City. I want to That's the Quick logo. That's fine. I want to create a new route. So I want to create a new route, and I'm curious if it has to be, right, getting back to what I was saying with the routing, is I'm bringing a little bit of my background in here, where some of the file-based routings that I've worked with in the past on projects depend on either the directory or the file name. So I could do a route like about.tsx. And let's copy this and paste it and put it in there. Export const head. Okay, that's cool. I like that they do that. Let's get rid of all this. Merps. Don't need you, don't need you. We do need to create a component, apparently. Which is interesting. I'm gonna have to look into what this component thing does, because then that raises the question. Okay, header is using it. Icons was not. All right, let's answer that question. You know what I realized? This was actually a mistake. This symbol thing should totally have been in the path definition here, because the sizes can be different, like the view box. But that's all right. Okay, so what I wanted to see was directory-based routing. Only the directory names are used to match the incoming requests to the page's endpoints. Okay, so that answers the question about if I want to create a page, which means I can't do something simple like have the contact page be at contact.jsx or tsx or mdx or md. But that's okay. There is a ... catch-all folder, apparently, is a directory that represents a dynamic catch-all route. In this example, catch-all is the string parameter accessible by that. Okay. That's interesting. Dynamic route segments. Okay, fine. I want to look at what components are. Components. So, quick type builder. I should probably check out just quick, because this is going to be probably different. Yep. A component is a small reusable piece of code that can be used to build a UI, and quick they are declared using component method. See lazy loading and optimizer discussion. Okay. Man, that is... I don't know if I love that. It doesn't really say what this method is. It just kind of glosses over it, and then it says, if you want an explanation of the $ thing, QRLs, cute. QRL encoding. Okay, lazy loading. I don't know, quick optimizer. Okay, the $. Quick splits your application into many small pieces we call symbols. A component can be broken into many symbols, so a symbol is smaller than a component. The splitting up is performed by a quick optimizer. The $ suffix is used to signal both the optimizer and the developer when this transformation occurs. That's fine, but it still doesn't really tell me what this. I guess I could read it. Yeah. Too much reading. All right, let's continue. Okay, we've got the root, we've got our things. The reason why I want to do it this way is because, okay, we learned that this doesn't work. This has to be a route at about whatever. We kind of figured that out. Sure, good enough. Don't need it. I want to work in the home page now. I want to work in index.html. I want to get rid of all of this. Don't need the link. Document head, that's fine. What I wanted to show off was if I import my SVG icon, that's cool. I love that autocomplete. I would prefer if it included TSX. What I can do is effectively put this in my page and not get any sort of help from that. Cool. And that's because it doesn't know what the heck that is. Okay, fine. Let's try a different approach. Let's go // components / SVG icon.tsx. Still doesn't know what it is. Still not giving me any help here. What is it? The TSX? Okay. Okay, just the TSX ending. Didn't like it. Okay, fine. We get some help. We get some href. It's gonna ask us. The whole point of the like TypeScript thing was so that now I have autocomplete for my or auto suggest for my icons, which is good. Sure, that's fine. If we go here, we see it. That's great. There's one more thing I should have had from icomoon.io. Icomoon app. Generate this. Let's get the. I can never see what it is. There you go. We need some styles. Let's go to global CSS, h1, h2, somewhere way down here. I put my icon, don't need you. Looks good. Go back to the browser, go back to my app. There's my little icon, great. Sick. And I think what I want to do, actually, since I am building an icon, let's say the href is that, the alt. Call it an alt, which is a string, and we're going to say put the span in there with a class name. Whoa. Oh! Oh! I can use class. Brent, come back to me. We can use class in Quick. That's awesome. Thank God for the Quick team for fixing that issue. Okay, so the class is going to be actually just a string of visually hidden. Cool. And let's just go ahead and get the visually hidden CSS class calls. Visually hidden technique. Yeah, grab it from just about anywhere. There it is. Let's global CSS. There we go. I don't know if I like that one. Hold on. GitHub. Austin Gill. Utils. CSS. Is it in here? Might be in SAS. Utils. There you go. Copy that. Is it in here? Not in there. Okay. Visually hidden. There you go. Cool. Got some issues. Where's my icon? H1, I've got my SVG. Is here. Okay. I think I know the problem. No, I don't know what the problem is. Okay, no problem with that. Span, class, visually hidden. Alt, close the span. And then it goes away. cancel. It's okay. I don't know what the deal is, but this needs to be okay, so if there's alt and that this means it has to be defined, but it can be an empty string. If it's an empty string, we don't even bother putting it. So it kind of works like the image alt tag. Otherwise, it just shows that span. Now, the question is, okay, now I see it, great. If I go, let's see, alt equals empty. Okay, I don't know what the problem was. I guess it was maybe something like a console error. No, nothing in the console. Weird. That should not have. Oh, maybe yeah, I have no idea. That's all right. Okay, cool. So we've got that working. We've got this working. Now it's time to probably actually start working with building the AI stuff. Cool. So to do this, I'm going to consult this code demo that someone else wrote. So what they have is they grab the API key. They have something that parses. This parses the code block. So to give some explanation or background on this, this is running inside of VS Code. So VS Code is going to have to do some parsing and do some other stuff where it's basically you have a parser that checks a file, and when the file comes across a comment, it checks whether that comment begins with AI : space, and then it does whatever the prompt is. And that returns the comment, async function AI. But the part that I'm concerned with is the actual thing here. The rest of it looks pretty much the same. So let's kind of just copy this. Don't need that. Let's go into our code and let's say I need to build a form. Form action. Does Quick City offer something like loaders and actions or whatever? Function. Cool, it's gonna do all that. That's fine. That is my copyable code for now. Quick City. Let's do loaders and actions. Loaders. Action. Okay, let's do API routes. Route loaders, form actions. There we go. Okay, yes, that's right. They do support this sort of context. Actions can be declared using the action $ function anywhere. Actions are similar to loaders, but they are not executed during render, except instead they are executed when called. Okay, that's right. So we can have a component, we can import action from Quick City, and then we can define the action. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do here. Builder, document head. Ah. Deprecated. Use global action instead. Okay. Is global action is... Okay. Let me go over Twitter and do a little tweeting. Hey. Okay. For route actions. All right, we'll get to the bottom of that one. For now, let's try with just action. So when we have an action, let's return success true. Let's console log data, I guess, which is going to come from here. Let's do ... so that we get everything in it. And then we're going to say the action is not going to be defined. Let's just try and submit it from there. So let's do, cool, div, label, HTML4, hate you, but 4 works. All right, I like quick. I love quick, actually. Love that about it. HTML4 is going to be for the prompt. Prompt, and then we'll have an input with the type is text. Sure, the ID is going to be prompt. The name is going to be prompt. And then we'll have a button on here. We'll give it an explicit type of submit, which you don't technically need to, and we'll do submit. Cool. Man, why is my okay. Okay, let's go to our page. We have our thing, we have our prompt. I'm gonna submit this. Should see that somewhere in the console in my server. I don't. Cool. How about network requests? Let's do submit, and we get the prompt, and we get the payload, and we get the preview. Okay. Action. So okay, so inside of my component, I need to do that. Console log action. Let's send some data, and then we get the prompt. We get nothing in the console, And we do get something in the console over here. Okay, cool. Perfect. So this is only on the server side, which makes sense because we have a function that ends in a $sign. There's a lot of things to pick up. Okay, so I think that there's something special about server $sign. No, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's here. It's Quick City. That's right. Let's do server $sign. Server browser only task. Okay, is server is browser. Too much. Okay, but regardless, we have something. We have console log data. That was the data that was coming in, which is the path is running, status value, form data, run. Okay, and some weird stuff here. Still weird stuff because oops, I don't know what that's actually giving me. I don't know where I get this data from. I would imagine it's here, and in fact, the TypeScript support is good. And this this is running when the component mounts, or when the component is built on the server. I think that's what's going on. It's not the actual form data. So if I reload the page, I get nothing changed here. Let me stop this. Okay, we'll start this. We'll open up the page. We have nothing showing so far. We have a prompt that says, Nugget is cool. Submit that form, sends it in the query string parameters. And I sent it once. And we get the action path, we get the action path, we get the action path, and nothing has changed across these things. Is running, is running, is running is always false. Okay. That's because... No, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe because the method needs to be post? Quaction. Okay, form data. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Let's look at the action. Action. $sign. Form actions. Okay. Action gives me that. Form data are undefined. Using actions with form. Okay, so best way to trigger actions by using a form component that they provide. Very well. Actions, form, replace my form with form. Okay. Okay, action has to be this thing. Now see, this is where you're kind of losing me, because that is not how HTML is supposed to work. Also, property method does not exist on form props, which should not be true. You're kind of losing me. Okay, let's try this again. Let's hit some stuff, send that. We get a network request somewhere. It's queue data JSON, okay. And we get some data back. Okay, I have no idea what this is. And okay, interesting. All right, so now I'm actually grabbing the data. So it looks like await action.run. Okay. So it looks like you can't use actions with just a regular form. I don't love that. Don't love that, but that's not the point. That's all right. And I also still haven't gotten anything in the actual browser console yet, which I guess is fine. That's weird. That also submits. Oh my gosh. This doesn't create API route endpoints. It creates some sort of weird some weird thing. Okay, so submitting this form sends the request to queue-data.json, which is its own internal route for handling data requests, which means this won't. Hold on. What is my form? My form, the action is so weird. It sends the request. So what if I don't have JavaScript enabled? Okay, now I've got my thing. I want to submit my form. And what happens? We get a network request. We do get sent to queue action. We do get form data this time. Interesting. Okay, SDF, and this is JZ, and we got JZ. Okay, so it does work. It does work. Oh boy, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to play around with that some more. That has some implications because you're not using the routes. All right, Code completion. Let's get this guy going. Let's try it out in the sandbox. Oh, I gotta log in. That's right. Let's go with this example. So I want to what about using actions without form? That would be really great. Action, form data, value, run. Actions are referenced using the .use method from within a quick component. Method return action store object with methods to trigger the action and get the state. Since actions are not executed during rendering, they can have side effects such as writing a database or sending an email. An action only runs when called explicitly. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's get this working. We have a prompt. We need to write an action. We have our action. We are going to say, this is going to be use, I don't know, use form action, whatever. That gives us some data. On this data object, the first thing is the actual stuff. The second thing is the context. Ooh, and I have access to env. So let's see. First one is going to be the data, and the second one is going to be the context. So let's see. Console log context dot. Cool. It does have everything for me. URL, text, status, share map, send, request, redirect. Cool. Query, platform, parse body. Interesting. Params, method, JSON, HTML, headers, fail, exit, error. I like those. I want to check out the env. And then I've got the data, which includes my prompt. Holy cow. Whoa. Hold on. Wait. What is this? Prompt. Ah. Oh, that's okay. That's not this prompt. That's right. That should be... Yo, Yoshi boy, what's going on? Data prompt. Cool. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, we're doing some stuff with Quick today. It's kind of weird. I don't know how much I love it, but we are going to be building some stuff with OpenAI as well. So I'm going to get past the Quick stuff, get onto the OpenAI stuff before I take off here in a little bit. So this is going to still be valid or relevant. I don't need this function. I need to create a request object. I'm just going to be using fetch for today. It's going pretty well. How are you? Thanks for asking. Very kind of you. So let's see. Fetch is going to be that. I think I want to recreate a fetch function. So let's do const. What am I going to call it? Go get. Dead inside during this update. What are you talking about? What update? Go get is going to equal function. this is going to be a function that has the URL, which is a parameters from fetch. Hello. URL define whenever used. Fetch refers to a value that is being used. No, I don't know how to do that. You're updating your React app. Oh crap. There's a lot of work on my back end code. Yeah, I can imagine. Let me see. Options. So you're updating, like upgrading dependencies to React 18 or something like that, and then with that you have access to what is it? The server-side components. What is it? What are they called? React server components. But I cause it an app because screw it. The React app, you mean site? Yeah, okay, I get that. Small site or big site, like a personal site? And are you doing the whole upgrade to React server components? And if you are doing server-side stuff, does that mean you're using Next or something along those lines? So what I actually want this to be is, you should see what your code looks like right now. You should share it. Is it open source? I'll check it out. Man, this is annoying. Okay, let's hold off really quick on this. Let's actually get this set up. So I want this thing, right? I want this to live in here. 283 lines of TypeScript in total. Oh, that's not bad. I mean, that's great. That's like, that's awesome, isn't it? Okay. Oh no. Equals that. Response equals await. Oh, there we go. Async. There we go. Cool. So we need to fetch this data. Wait, fetch the OpenAPI URL. We're going to go to completions because we're requesting code completion. I need my env information. So I want to see if this env information is even available. So let's pause this at the moment. Let's submit this. Let's pre-fill it with some data just so that I have it. And let's go input value is going to equal test. Well, yeah, I expect from 200 something there's going to be hundreds more. But what's curious to me is you have 287 lines of TypeScript code and you're doing an upgrade. So did you just recently start it and now you're doing, like, it's not a super old project? Or how do you have... what are you upgrading to, or what are you upgrading from and to? And how old is the project, and how do you only have 287 lines of code? Yeah, send me a link. Okay, okay, we've got that. We're gonna submit that. That's gonna submit something. It's still behaving really weird. When you're allowed, where are you allowed to send the link? You can send it in chat. I'll take a look. It won't open up on my screen right away. When you say safe, you mean like safe for work, or you mean like no one's gonna hack it or something? I don't know. I don't know. We're strangers on the internet. How safe can we possibly be? Okay, so we've got ENV. The I don't understand. How do I get this information? ENV is that. Data is that. ENV has .get. Ah, yeah, because I'm getting this guy. Duh. env.get. Okay. Let's do env.get. Has to be a string. So let's try and pull something out of the .env then. Let's try both of these. Let's do that. And then ctx.env.get that as well. You want to be sure you don't violate my rules. Wherever you allow the link, I'll send it. It's the first one you can. Yeah. There's no rules around here. No, there's rules. It's mostly just like be nice and don't be a jerk. There's plenty of. I mean, you can send the link right in chat if you want. If you post something that is not cool, you violate the link. If it's safe to whatever you want to share. You don't violate the rules. So yeah, just throw it in the chat. It's fine. Thank you for being courteous and asking though. Let's see. I'm gonna log that and we get env undefined. Great. So that's not how we're gonna be dealing with env files or env variables. However, we should be able to get it from Vite anyway. So we're going to say that, let's go to env. We're going to say the DB password. No, this is going to be OpenAPI key. I'm going to save that, close that. We're going to say const OpenAPI key equals import.meta.env.OpenAPI key. That's how we're going to get the API keys. All right, yeah, post it. I'll check it out. Cool. Then what we're going to do is try and actually hit this request. Apex Mini Randomizer, here we go. Coding break. We have public and source and tsconfig and package.json. It looks like you are maybe building this from scratch. GitHub pages. There you go. Update isn't published yet. That's all right. Doing some testing with React DOM, TypeScript. Cool. Very minimal. So you said that there's some server-side code, no? What is running your server-side code? React DOM, report web vitals. Also really curious about what you are building, because we've got Mad Maggie, we've got some names here it looks like, and then some sort of class of character class, Pathfinder, Wraith, Mirage, I like it, Valkyrie. We've got some sort of secondary class, or okay, I'm gonna say this is a name. This is a breed is not the right term, but like or species, or like creed maybe. We've got some sort of class or faction. No, we've got a class, we've got a faction, and then I don't know what this would be. Okay, created with create react app. Got it. Gotcha. Yes, I do want to see this. Oh man, then we've got, what is this? Weapon map, legend map. Okay, cool. So it's like front end rendered, or client rendered. Ah, Apex Mini. So it's like Apex Legends, right? Something like that. Yeah, I don't play, so I probably, for anyone that does play, I probably sounded super noob, but interesting. So select legend, Loba, Watson, Bangalore, Bloodhound. Okay, cool. Active, inactive, interesting, fuse. Octane. Oh, Bangalore. Which one's gonna be? Oh, Bangalore's pretty sweet. I wonder which one would like suit me the most. Lifeline, yeah. Wraith definitely has the best name. I like Wraith's look there too. And I have a question. Oh no, okay, it is randomly generated. Is it? Watson. Yeah, okay, so it is Pathfinder. Let's see. Now I'm just totally distracted. Watson, Mad Maggie. Yeah, it looks like I've got through most of them. Rampart. I'm just looking at characters. So I am wondering if this is actually random, because it feels like, okay, I am going back to some of the same ones. Okay, Caustic, Gibraltar, Fuse. Like, yeah, okay. It's random. Got it. And then, so this lets me say, here you can enjoy letting our very powerful algorithm, in quotes, decide what legend you play as in Apex Legends. Yeah, and there it is, Apex Legends, of course. So then I can say, okay, I don't want to be assault. I don't want to be a scrimmager. Recon's cool. I want support, and then that lets me choose between, yeah, just those characters. Is it? I wouldn't know. But okay, and then when I say care package, generate loadout, that's pretty cool. All right, I like that you include, you got the keyboard navigation and pretty good, what is it? Color contrast, so I can see where I'm at. Just have to fix that front end issue. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I like it. I like that I can get around. So now I'm curious. Yeah, definitely create React app. Let's go to source. We've got index.tsx. We've got your main app. You've got your Apex Legend chooser and your weapon chooser. If you have a legend selected, we show the information of it. Otherwise, we do the allowed types and we map. We use our very special algorithm or whatever. Oh, cool. I like that you're doing this random array thing. This is a nice little hack. I think, in fact, you don't need this true unless allowed types. Set type, interesting. Invert array value. Oh no, you do. Okay, I see. Because you basically have either true or false, and you wanna flip them. Okay, I see. Where is this coming from? Invert array value. Okay, one of the utils. I see. That's pretty good. So you're taking on click. You're inverting the array value of index and set allowed types. And set allowed types. Yeah, anyway, I'm digging into it. Very powerful algorithm. Yeah, that's cool. I like what you're doing there. I think it's very good imagination of things to do with code and building a project that's like, I imagine you play Apex Legends and building a project around something that you're just like into is so rewarding because you're learning and you're building something that you're going to get value out of, and that like doubles down the value for yourself, and you have something that you can share with other people. The parameters of invert array value will tell you a lot. Yeah, the parameters are a Boolean value and then the setter for the function. But what I don't understand... Well, all right, I'll get into... let's see. I'll get into understanding it. Because I thought... Let's see. You've got utils, cool. And then we've got app. No, we've got components, Apex Legend chooser. So this is a function that takes does the set allowed types. You're passing in this function up here, which is the use state sort of setter. And that provides it to, I'm going to try and guess this first. So what I don't understand is how does set allowed types know what the value is? Because you basically have wait, type. Yeah, how does it know what the... Okay. Index, you have the type, and then you have the index. You're just passing in the index of the type. Does it have access to the actual array? Am I not understanding that correctly? It takes the setter. It takes index is a number set, and then you get the previous, you get new allowed types. Because it's an array, it's not the actual value. Duh. Okay. Yeah, I got it. because that has access to the, wait. No, I still don't get it. That takes a function because it takes a function. Okay, and the function has access to the previous values. Okay, I get it. I think. I always thought that those setters just set the value, but instead what you're doing is passing in the setter that can receive a callback function, and the callback function has access to the previous values, which once you have the previous values and the index of the one you want to flip, you basically flip it. Yep, got it. I don't do enough React to know it that deeply. And here we are, back on Quick. I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon here, but I am gonna try and get this at least one response figured out. So I have the body. So using OpenAPI or OpenAI's API, I want to figure out how to do a code completion. Quick start, say hello, ask our users. Okay, more examples from the example library. Maybe I'll just do that. Let's do the example library, JavaScript one-line function. I want to do completion. No? Okay. Okay, I see. So I'm not seeing the API documentation. I think I might have to log in. So, yeah, React is cool. I don't know. Okay, so this stuff is not actually giving me information on the API endpoints. So unfortunately, I'm just going to trust this code that I looked at from someone else's project. I have my OpenAPI key. That's going to go here. Inside of data, inside of context, I don't actually need that. Inside of data, I should have access to the prompt. And then the prompt here is going to be data.prompt. Then we should have the response from fetch. I should say then we'll do r return r.json. Expect I'll get some JSON back, and then we'll console log the response. Let's see. Max tokens 500, N1, all this stuff that I am not familiar with, but will become familiar with at some point. But let's see if we can just get this working. We're going to submit that. We're going to get an API response back. We're going to say incorrect API key provided, undefined. Okay. Yes, that is correct because I didn't actually grab my API key. So let's open this up. Let's copy that. Let's go to my env file. There's my OpenAPI key. I'm going to get rid of that, undo that, paste it in there, And no one should be able to see that. And hopefully that doesn't, hopefully I pasted it in correctly. I'm just gonna go off screen and make sure about that. I did not paste it in correctly. There we go. Okay, don't need anyone seeing that API key. That's great. Let's close that. And let's submit this. Let's see what we get back. Possible that I need to restart my server because I've made changes to my env file. Let's submit that. And still undefined. You can find your API key here. Okay, let's confirm that I am... let's do this. Let's do some key. Right, because I don't know how to access this on the server side only. Which may be the issue. Okay, let's try this. Let's console log some key. Let's do that in there. Let's do that in here as well. And let's see if we can actually get our environment information. Let's submit that. We get it undefined. Okay. What about the Vite one? Vite some key. The Vite some key will work because that will that provides it to the client. Okay. So this is the weird thing about some of these frameworks that are combining or really blurring the lines between front end and back end, and that is that the lines get really blurred between front end and back end. So as someone that's been doing this for a while, I know that I don't want certain API keys available to the client, and I know that with Vite, the prefix of Vite. Yeah, thanks for following Rudd Coding or Rude Coding. I don't know, but thanks for the follow. But anyway, with Vite, they provide a way for you to safely add environment variables that can be accessed on the client. And that's if you prefix it with Vite, it will make it available anywhere. And if you don't, it won't inject that. The problem is now I don't know how to get something only on the server in Quick City. So yeah, I want something that is definitely not going to leak to the client. So process env. Yeah, the blending of server and client side stuff makes it really hard to know and even search for how to find this stuff. So let's see, can I do server side rendering? Okay, resumability, static site generation. I'm not so interested in dynamic SSG routes. No. This should be a Quick City thing. Server side, is that all they have on server side? Resumability, information generating SSR. Okay, the key concept is resumable from a server-side render state. Other benefits, server-side, resumable versus hydration. Yeah, but how do you get environment variables just on the server? Okay, well, for today, let's see if we can just get this. Let's see if we can just get this working. So that's going to mean providing this environment variable, renaming it such that I can access it from the client side. And then we don't need this key, don't need this key. I don't want to make this available on the client. And technically still it shouldn't be, because actions only would be available on the server, but I don't trust myself enough with this convention to not leak that information. Okay, submit that. Let's see. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're still waiting. It's still loading. I really hope I'm not racking up a huge bill with... Okay, something came back. Cool. So we ran our OpenAI, or our OpenAI thing. We ran it with this model. We've got some response. And it's saying... It's giving me choices to choose from. Based on what I gave it, which was just a string of text. It's trying to complete this code, which looks fine, honestly. That took a completion tokens of 500 and total tokens of 501 and prompt tokens of 1. So I think I only used 1 token, which is great. Okay, so we've got our code working. I need to get this response figured out as well. Got a response, status, body code, const completion is that. I want to grab the choices, the first one, and I'm going to grab the results of that. Okay, so then we're going to grab, let me just grab that from here. Body.json completion is this. Return that. Result. I'm actually just going to return. Let's do... Yeah, let's do that. Result is going to be that. That's going to be my response. I've got my choices at 0. I've got my text. I've got trim. And then what do I actually do with this data is... how do I actually show the results of this? I don't know. Let's see if I can, I don't know, put it in here under the form. Pre-tag with json.stringify the action null to, and let's see what we get. Something. I don't know. Oh yeah, what's up, Brent? Glad to have you back. I am probably going to be finishing up. I did get some results. Interesting thing. Loading right away. We don't have anything. Is running as false. Okay, that makes sense. And then when I submit this prompt, so I'm actually going to modify this code a little bit to do some code completion. So this is actually going to be a text area. Don't need value, don't need type. Text area. What are you saying? Okay. TSX is yelling at me for having nothing inside of a text area. Okay, so we have that. There's my text area. I want to paste in some code that's like, I don't know, function Fibonacci. And then we'll do something like that. And then something like that, right? I'm going to submit this. It's going to go off to OpenAI. It's going to come back with a response. And then I'm going to get some data here in the action object that Quick City gives me. It'll take a long time. But what we get is this guy. And what did it give us? So the code completion thing, right now, the problem is that I am sending a request and I'm not giving it a good enough prompt. And this is where a lot of people are saying that, you know, like there's going to be a new job in the next year called like prompt engineer, which is basically like the skill of developing like how do you write really good Google search queries or something like that. But it's gonna be like how do you craft good prompts for these AI tools to actually give you what it is that you want. So yeah, there's another project that I've seen that like basically looks sort of like this, the UI. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like this. You have prompt wizards and prompt gurus. But it's basically a layout like this. You have like a nice looking website, and then you have a question that says, hey, give me what it is that you want. Some sort of UI for users to interact with. And then behind the scenes, all it is to actually work with OpenAI is like, in our case, a fetch request, right? And you hit the URL that you want to work with. And then it gives you a bunch of responses back and you deal with that. But a lot of the times, like you can't just pass what the user asked for into the prompt, which is what I'm doing here, right? What you want to do is actually like craft the prompt. So I'm going to pull this out and be like prompt, and then this is going to be like const prompt is going to equal that's not how you spell prompt. It's going to equal something that's like carefully or build me an algorithm that an algorithm with JavaScript beginning with the following code, right? And then you would pass in whatever the user gives you. I totally spelled that wrong twice. And that's like that's kind of the secret sauce. That's, I mean, I don't even want to say that that's going to be like the secret ingredient that is going to differentiate one app from another, but it could be. It's just like being the person that knows how to craft these prompts to get what you want from these language models. And then on top of that, it's like crafting the UI or the interface that most users are going to enjoy. So if it's text-based, that's one thing. If it's like a UI, click a bunch of buttons and craft it together, that's another. So I don't know. We'll see. This is me just like dipping my toes into two things at once. Quick City, still got to play around with it. A couple things I saw today I did not like. I'd say right now, probably Remix is the number one thing I like working with. But we'll see. That's got its own issues as well. I got to play around more with this, and then I'll know for sure. All right. Well, that's going to be it for the stream. I'm going to take off. I got a little puppy here that I want to hang out with, and it's Friday, y'all. So hope y'all have good plans for the weekend as well. In the meantime, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a raid to Coding Garden. Coding Garden. So if you want to stick around for their channel, the raid is on. And if not, thank y'all for being around and for the follows today. That was really sweet. And we'll see about next week if we can take this a step further. Or I might be back on the remix file uploads stuff. But this was fun. All right. Catch y'all later, and we'll be on this raid.